So now we're going to continue with the life of Jacob. And just to recap, Jacob is born at the same time as his brother Esau, which makes him twins, and their father Isaac and mother Rebekah. And the difference between the children, Jacob was born like a normal child, he was smooth, but Esau was born, he was completely hairy as a child, all over his body, and he was very hairy. And even when they grew up, you can tell Esau was the hairy child, or the hairy boy who's now a man, and Jacob was very smooth all over. And Rebekah seemed to favour Jacob more, and the father Isaac seemed to favour Esau more. But that's not always a good thing whenever parents favour their children. As we'll see, there's going to be a problem here. And one day while Esau was out hunting, he was out with his bow and arrow. He liked to live in the forest and the fields and shooting deer and rabbits and all sorts of wild animals, and he'd bring them home, and especially venison. He would kill this animal and prepare the meat for his father Isaac, and his father loved Esau for doing this for him. But one day he came back home from hunting, and there was Jacob busy outside in his tent, busy cooking some food, and Esau begged Jacob to give him food. And because he wouldn't give anything, Jacob made a deal with him that if he gave him the food, a simple bowl of soup or stew, then he would give him his birthright. In other words, whenever his father died, everything that would naturally be given to Esau would be transferred and given to Jacob just for a bowl of soup. And as time went on, Isaac's now very old. He's going to maybe die soon. He's blind. He's very old. He can hardly walk. And he calls in his eldest son, Esau. And he said, Esau, the time has come for me to give you the blessing, to give you everything I own, and to give a special blessing from God, from me to you. In the meantime, listening to this conversation was Rebekah the mother. And Rebekah did not want Esau to receive the blessing because she loved Jacob more. And Isaac said to Esau, I want you to go out and I want you to kill an animal, and I want you to prepare me some venison, the best stew meat you've ever prepared, and then I will give you the blessing. And off Esau went with his bow and his arrow out into the field to kill an animal, to prepare this meal, to give it to Isaac. And Rebekah the mother is listening the whole time. And then she quickly gets Jacob. She said, Jacob, your father is going to give the blessing to Esau, but I want you to have it. I want you to go and get some goats quickly. I'm going to kill them, and I'm going to prepare your father a meal. And Jacob said, but father knows the difference between me and Esau, because I'm smooth and he's got hairy skin. And she said, don't worry about that. And she killed the animal, she cooked the meat, and with the skin of the animal, she put it onto around the neck and along the arms of Jacob. And Jacob walked in with the food, and he said, Father, here is a venison. And the father Isaac said, I can't see you, but you sound like Esau. You sound like Jacob. No, father, it's Esau. Jacob was telling lies. He said, come closer, and he felt his neck, and he felt his arms. He said, you have the voice of Jacob, but you have the body of Esau. And he gave him the food, and of course Rebekah knew exactly how to please her husband with a nice meal. And he ate the food, and then he gave a special blessing to Jacob. My son. And not only did he give him the inheritance of the land, but he gave him everything that would be entitled to him. And most of all, he gave him God's blessing upon his life, that God would bless Jacob. Just like he did his father Abraham, and now his son Isaac, the blessing was going to be passed on to Jacob. And Jacob, whenever he received the blessing, off he went outside. In the meantime, Esau came back, and Esau was all excited. Father, I've prepared your meal for you. And he goes, who are you? He says, I'm Esau. Here's your venison. I want to receive the blessing. He said, Esau, I can't give that to you. I've just given it to you. He said, Father, you haven't. I've been out hunting, I've been cooking, and now I'm back with the meal. And Isaac said, I've been tricked. Your other brother Jacob has come, prepared me a meal. He told me it was you. I thought it was you, and I've now given him the blessing, and I've given him the inheritance, and I cannot take it back again. Esau was so angry. He realized what happened many years ago when he said he would give him his birthright. Now Jacob had taken the birthright from him. Everything that was going to be his naturally, by inheritance, has now been taken away, and now he's nothing. And worse than that, he was missing out on the blessing of God. And Esau was so angry, he swore that whenever his father died, he would seek out the life of Jacob and kill his own brother for the terrible trick that he played.